Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to visit some of the account in Marvel Future Fight and also try to give some of the personalized suggestions to those accounts, and you can also take the suggestions which can be applied to your account too. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So our first account is BLAAK WAVE, which is submitted by David in the YouTube, and if you want to be included into the next ID review video, you can also submit your IGN into the comment section of this video. I will make sure that you will be in the next one. Now, this account has agent level of 478, which is absolutely great because it takes quite a while to get there, and 86 achievement score is also not a joke. Now, he had joined a 30 level alliance, which is very good to get some of the stat buffs. Now, first of all, let's have a look at his card deck, which is perfectly crafted, all blue stars, meaning he has 25% pierce, pretty nice. And by the looks of the card effects, it seems that you are completely a PvE player since you don't have a lot of dodge, all basic defense and max HP. But for PvE, your stats is not bad at all. You can play pretty high level of PvE with the correct CTP and characters. Now, if you have to change something right now, I would suggest you to increase your all basic defense and max HP by a little bit. For the all basic defense, make it at least 30%, and for max HP for now, make it at least 35% so you can have a little bit more help into your higher level world boss if you play there, or even zombie survival where you can get tier 4 rewards weekly. So that's gonna help a lot. And for the other things to change here is you should reduce your cooldown duration by a little bit and get it from the swords even if you run out of cooldown duration, because you can get more valuable stats from the card set. So that's absolutely one thing. And wow, I didn't notice the resist in your cards. It is absolutely ridiculous that you have 21% flame resist and 30 and 36% poison and mind resist. Wow. The one thing you need to do right now is to turn these resist into either dodge, all basic defense, max HP and attack if possible. Most of the resist stats can be turned into the max HP if you are getting resist from the crafted option. So absolutely do that right now. Your priority should be crafting your cards to change the resist to max HP or all basic defense or even attacks. Now, critical damage is also pretty low. Try to add some instead of the resist if you can, and other things are pretty fine. You don't need to change anything instantly. Now, talking about your equipped cards, you don't need to change your first card instantly, but the second card has 1 resist to 3 resist, so absolutely needed to craft it. This Guardians of the Galaxy best story card, craft it right now. And for the White Fox card, wow, it is even worse. You have 4 resist in the single card. So other last 2 options are pretty great. You can lock that and change the option right now for the White Fox card. Luna card is not that bad. It has 1 resist, but other things are pretty good. And no, it doesn't work at all. It is very bad. It is giving you a lot of resist in your Guardians of the Galaxy and White Fox card. And for the BV Spidey card, you have pretty good options here too, but you absolutely right now you need to change the crafted option for your Guardians of the Galaxy or White Fox card. Now, if you want to change the cards with some other cards, I would like to suggest you to change your Uncanny Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy or Amazing Spider-Man, one of these cards, with the Zombie Spider-Man card or the Ghost Rider card, so that you can get 5% chance to increase 20% energy attack, which is the activated buff from the Ghost Rider card, and 5.7 or 6% ignore dodge from the Zombie Spider-Man card. So if you have plans or if you have the card in your inventory, I would like to suggest to change your cards with any of these 3 cards to those 2 cards that I have just mentioned. So if you can do that. Now move on to your swords. Swords are pretty okay. 31.5% all basic attack is pretty nice, and you have a lot of resist in here too, and some of the other buffs from the sword effect, which doesn't matter all that much since you don't have a single perfected swords. And I absolutely understand, until and unless you haven't spent a lot of money in your swords, it is pretty hard to perfect any of your swords. And if you wanna see a such a painful video, you can watch from the I button. Go there and watch my sword video. That is pretty painful, and I understand why people don't have maxed out swords. It's pretty lame. The RNG is pretty bad, so your sword effect for now is pretty good. But if you have some runes and element in your inventory that you can use to awaken sword or upgrade them, I'd like to suggest you to focus in your swords, because it's not that good. It's average swords, but it's very hard to move forward from this. This is pretty easy to acquire, but after this it's unimaginable pain. So yeah, for now it is pretty good. And one thing that I would like to check here is that how many cooldown that you have from your sword. So you have cooldown of 7%, so you can absolutely reduce some cooldown from your card, so you have a balanced stat since you are getting a lot of cooldown from your swords too. Now let's have a look at your characters. You have Kang the Conqueror at very first, tier 4 him, very good, mythic uniform, level 4 type enhancement. And you have Hawk's Eye, which I don't think is a good option for you since you have a lot of cooldown in your cards and sword. So this cooldown buff, I guess, is completely being wasted here, but I don't know, it's your account. There might be some others hidden stat, but tell me into the comment section if you are actually having some use of this cooldown duration in here. Otherwise, I would suggest you to change your ISO 8 bonus. And wait, why don't you have a single Uru or Odin's Blessing in him? And you have critical damage as extra option, which is good considering your card doesn't have a lot of critical damage, but he is literally the conqueror of the time. So not giving even a single Uru is a complete disrespect, so please do that. You have a 4-star artifact with a shitty roll. Try clearing some other stages and acquire some better artifact with the better roll, because this is one of the worst roll for PvP character. And you have a CTP of Conquest, which is nicely rolled. This is pretty good overall. Try equipping some ISO 8, and if you have very high cooldown percentage, I would suggest you to change the set bonus for ISO. So let's move on to your Null. He has Overdrive, which is better than Hawk's Eye for you, I guess, and he is pretty nicely built, I would say. You have all of the correct Urus in him with a lot of critical rate and damage. That's pretty nice. And you also have critical damage as the extra or the optional gear option for Null. And this greed is also nicely rolled. Very good job. And for the artifact, this is the shittiest option you can have in an artifact. Try changing it to damage dealt to boss type, or damage dealt to leadership abilities aren't better than this. So yeah, I would suggest you to equip something else for Null. And Mephisto, you have pretty stacked Mephisto with 108,000 energy attack. That's pretty good with Power of Angry Hulk. More offensive build for Mephisto with a normal rage. I guess you have been using Mephisto primarily because you have all of this stacked Odin's Blessing in him. So yeah, he is nicely built. And here again, you have a shitty artifact for Mephisto. Try giving him better damage dealing artifact, maybe to boss types is gonna help you a lot, since I guess you are primarily using Mephisto for your ABIs and ABX or ABL. So this is gonna help you a lot. If you craft your CTP of Rage, please make it Mighty CTP. If you have spare CTPs in your inventory, that is gonna help a lot. Overall, your Mephisto is really good. And for your Sentry, you have a Mighty CTP of Greed with perfect roll. That's very nice. And again, you have a shitty 3-star artifact. Please change all of these artifacts, and that is gonna help you to tweak the damage by a little bit. You have Hawk's Eye again with another cooldown duration, so this is not helping a lot, I guess. Try changing that. And for the Urus and ISO at least you have equipped this time. So Sentry is also pretty good, and you have Gladiator probably for the ABX ABL, which is nice. Again, Hawk's Eye. I guess you understand this game in a higher level to not give a lot of cooldown through ISO and cards and swords. Maybe you are not having very high cooldown, I don't know about that, but if you have cooldown, I would suggest you to change the set bonus for now. And you have stacked Odin's Blessing in him too, that's pretty nice, and a normal CTP of Rage. So Mighty again is gonna help you immensely, so if you have spare, please make it Mighty. But first do Mephisto, make his CTP Mighty, and then you can look at other characters, because Mephisto is the most valuable character in your roster, I guess, for PvE side. And you have Adam Warlock with a Mighty CTP of Energy and a 5-star artifact with a perfect roll. This is such a good luck if you have got it for free. Otherwise, if you have bought it, still you are very lucky for this roll. And you have energy attack, HP pretty stacked. This is pretty nice. And you have a different ISO set with cooldown duration. Oh wow, maybe you really need the cooldown. So this is overall a very nicely built Warlock. And same thing for, why do most of your artifacts have concentration increase? This is literally the worst option possible in the artifacts. And you have again Hawk's Eye and okay, some Urus that are pretty nice for your Dr. Doom. I hope in future he gets some better uniform and you will have a better Dr. Doom that can actually be used somewhere. And you have 107,000 attack in Wanda with a normal CTP of Rage. That's really impressive. And Silver Surfer with Regen could work, and Thanos with Authority. There's not much wrong with your account. I would suggest you to change ISO 8 for some character, ISO 8 sets, to get rid of the cooldown duration and equip Urus to some other characters. And you have pretty nice CTPs and artifacts equipped in most of the characters. There is nothing much wrong with it. Your account is overall really good. I don't know how much money you have spent in game. You have one seasonal uniform, 2 seasonal uniforms now, so I guess you're quite a bit of spender in game. So all of the seasonals, huh? And why do you have normal CTP of Insight in so many characters but not Mighty in most of them? Mighty CTP of Liberation gives a lot more value than normal CTP of Liberation. So better than giving 2 normal CTP of Liberation to 2 different characters, I would make it 1 so you can use that in your primary team which you use for climbing. That is gonna help more in my opinion. So if you wanna try that, feel free to do so. And other than that, you have so many uniforms collected but not build the character. If you ever want to play the PvP, you should build Magic at very first, then Deadpool. So for your other characters, you have CTP in most of them, and all of them, nearly all of them, I guess, are pretty nicely built. Even the Destroyer, you have given some Odin's Blessing and Urus to Destroyer, but not to the gang. I don't understand that decision, but alright. In terms of the PvP side, you have a long way to go, so try to tweak your card stats a little bit. And as I already told you, try to get rid of your resists at very first, because those are being the biggest problem in your account. In terms of the character, you have most metas built up, so I don't think you need to invest in the new characters at the moment. So yeah, this account is pretty good. So overall, I rate BLAAK WAVE 8 out of 10. So now let's move on to the next account. So the second account we have here is literally GOAT, and this is submitted by Goated Raw1S, which is what Elon Musk will name his child. Now he is level 119 with 38 achievement score and already in a 30 level alliance. This is very good that you have joined an alliance, because you will get a very good amount of buffs for your whole roster through the alliance. So if you have not joined the alliance right now. Now let's have a look at your card deck. What is this? Okay, you have a second card deck. Oh, sorry for that. You have second card deck for literally all of your contents. This is pretty nice considering your account is new. You have already crafted 3 cards and actively working, and at the very last option in your 4th card. This is very impressive. And you don't have, or you don't want to equip the 5th premium comic card right now. From the cards, you are getting quite significant buff. 7.5% pierce is pretty nice, and 38% all basic attacks and 25% energy is also pretty nice. Right now, you shouldn't care a lot about PvP games, so for the PvE, you need to tweak the critical rate a little bit and cooldown duration by 5% or so. And for now, you need to reduce the resist by a lot. If you can, only if you can, I suggest you to roll your cards to get rid of flame resist, cold resist, or the poison and mine resist. But looking at your card deck, since you are already actively crafting the cards, so you might not have the material, so you can wait for a while. Since that's not the end of the world, you have 7.5% PS. That means you can clear world boss legends 5 times a day, so that's pretty nice. Try clearing the world boss with this, and moving forward, don't forget to do the dimension rift every single day, at least 2 times. If you cannot do the 3rd time, 2 times is necessary. Talking about the cards that you have equipped, it's pretty good cards, all of them, and mostly works for hybrid card decks. Now if you have to equip your 5th card, I would suggest you to equip the What If Ghost Rider card or the Luna Snow cards, because that is gonna give you the activated 20% of energy attack increase, and that's gonna help a lot, and the card deck will be perfect. For now, the card that you absolutely need to reroll if you want to is this new Avengers card, because you have 3 resist in a single card. That doesn't look really good. And for the Guardians of the Galaxy card, it can wait right now. It is giving you pretty good value. And another card that you can roll is this baby Spidey card, at least for the bottom roll. I suggest you to change it right now. These mind resist and flame resist, I hope, can give you something better than this. So try changing the normal option, not the crafted option, but the normal options can be changed for your baby Spidey card. And for Marvel Zombie, you can leave it as it is right now, and you can progress in your card a lot in the future, quite significantly, because you are just building your cards right now. So it's a pretty good progress. So overall, I guess your cards are pretty good for now. You can improve your cards later on when you have the enough material. You need to do Dimension Rift every single day, at least 2 times, and whenever you have a chance to get card from any chest or events, always pick the card. Even from the monthly event, don't go for any CTP, since you need a lot of card to make it work. If you need to go all the way to 25% of peers, so that is gonna help you a lot. Always pick the card, always do the GBR every single day. And from the tokens, buy cards, craft cards, or if you get Luna Snow or Ghost Rider cards, equip that. Now with this, I hope your swords are also pretty good. It has 30% attacks. This is pretty nice, and you have almost 10% cooldown from your swords. That's also pretty nice. That is gonna help you a lot. And yeah, overall swords option looks really bad, but you don't need to focus in swords right now. Always focus in your cards, and if you have a lot of spare materials for sword enchantment materials, you can use that. But for now, I don't think you should worry about that. Now let's have a look at your characters. You have tier 4 Storm with Power of Angry Hulk. I also said this is pretty nice, and you don't have an artifact in her. Please try giving him an artifact, even the gold or silver one, which will deal extra damage to boss types. That artifact is gonna help you a lot to deal damage. And you have a nicely rolled CTP of Rage. This is pretty good. And you have correct Uru in the all of the Uru slot. I suggest you to amplify the Uru slot to get this buffs that are in the green text here. So please do amplify all of your slots, at least minimum 3 slots where you have energy attacks equipped. So this is pretty nice overall, and you have critical rate as your optional, which is very good since you don't have a lot of crit rate and damage in your cards. It help you for now. And always try to cap your crit rate for the characters that you have used the CTP of Rage, because that will help. And instead of the dodge here, I would suggest you to equip something like grid damage, so you can have more effective PvE experience than the dodge. If you are dying while playing the PvE game modes, I would suggest you to practice a little more, and you can easily fix that issue. Overall, your Storm is really nice. Try giving her the artifact. And then the second character that you have built is Kang the Conqueror. Wow, you are playing PvP, maybe not. He is pretty nice character. He doesn't have a lot of PvE value for higher levels, but you can work with him in the lower level. You have stacked him with the Odin's Blessing, and you have a normal CTP of Conquest, which is pretty nice. And Pierce damage decrease, so this is very nice level 1 artifact for Pierce damage decrease. So whatever you can do in the PvP, he's pretty nicely built too. Good job there. And the worst thing that you have done is building this Hercules, at least till now. And you have Iron Man. I guess this uniform is free now. I don't have a lot of idea about that. You are wasting a lot by not giving him some build and using him in somewhere like World Boss, or if you have any other Blast hero character, then I might say otherwise. I guess you don't have a lot of other Blast hero character. This is a pretty good character. You can use him, make him level 80 when you can, and give some normal build, and you can use him with a proc obelisk. But don't buy his uniform right now because he has fallen off a lot. He is not going to provide a lot for you in the higher level, but right now you can absolutely use him. Other character, Miles Morales, pretty nice character. And what is this mess in the ISO 8? Give him some nice ISO 8 and build Miles Morales with some nice lightning damage Urus if you have. Otherwise, you can give him energy attack Uru and a CTP of Judgment if you have. Otherwise, you can work with a proc in him too. Don't waste your Miles Morales because he can do great stuff, really great stuff. And other character that you have is Ghost Rider with mini rage. This is also very nice. Give him some Urus. Why don't you have Urus in any characters? Try giving him some Urus. And your overdrives, that is also pretty nice. Give him a normal artifact which will increase the damage dealt. This is pretty good. And your Loki, you also don't have ISO, sorry, not ISO, you don't have Urus in him. Please give him the Urus. And Thor, since you have Loki for universal hero, you don't need to build Thor for most things. So yeah, you can ignore Thor for now since you don't have to spend crystals in him. Other uniforms that you have bought, Gamora, really good uniform. She is a very good support for your Storm, so give CDP of Insight for your Dazzler whenever you get that, since you are using your Storm primarily. So I suggest you to do that. No need to build Bullseye at the moment, I guess. He is not that good for lower level account. You have bought Scarlet Witch uniform. Give her some good ISO 8 and Uru. And with the CTP of Rage or Competition, you can have a great value out of Scarlet Witch. She should be your second or third priority after Loki. Build Loki next. I don't know who you're building, probably Kang. I would suggest you to not spend in him right now. Build Loki and then build Scarlet Witch and then Doctor Strange. You have bought a lot of uniform at the moment. I don't think you need to buy any more uniforms to deal the damage. Build Scarlet Witch since she can do a lot for you in the ABX, ABL and also a lot of world bosses. So she can help you a lot. Build Scarlet Witch and then Doctor Strange or Venom. I suggest you to go with Venom personally, since he has quite a lot of stages in ABX and AVL. You can use him. and he is pretty easy and with VPAD very fun character to use. So right now you need to build a lot of character. Don't buy any more damage dealing uniforms. If you need uniforms, buy support such as Shuri, and I don't think you need any more uniform unless you buy most of these character. So for your priority list, I would suggest you to build Loki first and then go for Wanda and then go for Venom, and then after that you can go for either Doctor Strange or Miles Morales. I would suggest you to go with Doctor Strange personally because he's gonna help you a lot more than Miles Morales will. But after that, most of the characters are gonna overlap, so it's up to you for who to build next. But after that, I would suggest you to go for support characters rather than the DPS. For example, go for Shuri and build your Hela. She is for PvP primarily, but she can be good leadership sometimes. And you can also build Cyclops. I don't know if this uniform is free or gold uniform, but if you have paid crystals for him, this was a really bad move. And then build Cyclops, and after that I don't know who should you build. Maybe Enchantress, but she will require a mega tier 2 ticket, so that's probably not the worthwhile thing to do. And for now, stick with that team, and later we'll see in some other videos. Do your dailies every single day to collect some tier 4 materials and stuff, and you can progress the tier 4 character building faster. You should regularly participate in the Dimension Rift for now, and overall your account is pretty nicely going forward. If you have any questions, you can ask into the comment section of any video I will post in the future. And we'll see about the progress later on. So you are doing nice overall. I would rate your account as solid 7 out of 10. So this was the account review video today. Many people did not submit their IGN. If you want to be part of the next account review video, please submit your IGN into the comment section, and thank you for watching.